Yeah, so one of the things that's also really important to know about with version history, so thank you, Charmaine, that was a great demo. I think it's really lovely to see how quick it is for all of us to be able to collaborate in one space. And when you're using version history, something that's really good to know is not everybody can see the version history. So if you are an editor of a document, like you saw Charmaine share everybody on editing rights, or even with anybody with a link can view, if you get editing rights, you are able to go into that version history. So I've got it open here. You're able to go into it either by going File, Version History, and See Version History if you have editing rights. However, if you give somebody viewing or commenting rights, then they are not able to see the version history, which is also nice to just know that that level of control that you have. So let's have a look at some applications of how to use version history. The first one that we do at Opennetworks is meeting minutes. Now, when you're creating your folders and your structures for a year, you're busy creating pathways, which you don't really want to have to recreate those every single year and then reshare a new structure. It's really nice to be able to create one system and then continue it over and over again. So you'll notice that over here with Google Docs with meeting minutes, if you go in the beginning of the year, you start your meeting minutes for your team and you do your different dates. At the end of the year, what you'll do is you'll go into your version history and you'll say meeting minutes for 2021 and you'll save that. Then you'll go back to your doc, you'll clear everything out of that doc and literally delete it all and start again. The benefit of that is, like Charmaine said, it's one document all the time. So you don't have to go and find a whole bunch of different documents all the time. It's always going back to the very same one. It really does minimize the amount of, I don't know where this is, I don't know where that is, because you're just streamlining the process by keeping the same documents going. Another one, which Katie, who's running the back end here for us, and I use quite a lot, is version history within Google Slides. Now, as you're using and you're creating presentations, you're going to go through different iterations of those presentations. It might be a course that you're running, it might be a pitch that you're giving, but it's really nice to be able to know what was it that we did a couple of months ago and what changes have been made since then. Or if you're coming into a presentation and you've noticed that a whole bunch of changes have been made and you just want to know something is different and I actually really preferred the previous version, you can just go straight into the version history and access it. Now, the other benefit of all of this is that you never have to click save in the Google environment. So when we have load shedding, because we know that that's a thing, you don't have to worry about losing your work because everything just gets tracked. Now, if you've got two different people working offline at the same time and both of them come online at the same time, you'll actually see their different versions come up in the version history as well, which is really helpful. Another use case is data capturing within Google Sheets. Now, within Google Sheets, you may have a number of people capturing different data at different times, and you may notice that this doesn't seem to really line up to what this column header says it should be. And you may just want to query either who added that data or you just want to see how it was added. You can go into the version history and it will actually show you who has added what data into what columns, because like Charmaine showed you, every single person, and I'll show you just to reiterate it, every single person gets a color associated to it. So you'll see here, I can go and see that Chester was given orange, and I can scroll through this document and I can see there Chester added in diet water, and this is a great way to be like, who added this into this document? You can see over here, Charmaine added in the chocolate cake. So it's a really nice way to be able to go and see who has captured what.